One of the most common scripting tasks is navigation. You can move from record to record, layout to layout, mode to mode. In fact, we've done a little bit of navigation already. This Find button navigates from browse mode to find mode. What we're going to start off with is a script that moves from one layout to the other, from our form view to our list view, and then back. So we're going to go into layout mode, and before we start, we're going to get rid of this name full field. We don't really need it on the layout. And then the first thing you want to do is come up with a consistent interface. If you're using this button tool, don't draw every button from scratch. Make one button and duplicate all the buttons from there so you have a consistent look. So when people look at your screen, they go, oh, that's a button. You know, the size and the color and the font and all that will make it up in their minds, and they'll instantly know that that's a button. So I'm going to resize this a little bit, move it up a little bit, move it that way. This will allow us to put more buttons on the screen. Now I'm going to move our logo down here, get it right down there, and we're going to go ahead and duplicate this button. So we'll duplicate it, move it 6 pixels because it's offset when you duplicate 6 to the right and 6 down. So I'll move it 6 left, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just use the arrow keys for that. And then I'm going to move it up. Rather than using the arrow keys, which will take a long time, I'll move it up with the Shift key held down, and that allows us to put it exactly where we want it. So what we're going to do is double click on this and change it to Go to Layout. It's also in the navigation area. And then we can choose which layout we want it to go to. Choose Layout, find the layout we want it to go to, which is List View. Click OK, and you can see that it set it there, and we're all done. We just have to get our text tool, click in there so we can change the name. We'll call it List View. And then what we want to do is have, when we get to List View, a button that comes back to Form View. So what we're going to do is make it exactly the same spot. So in order to do that, we're going to use our inspector. We want to be under the Position tab, click on the object, and then toggle it to pixels. That'll be much better. And take the left and the top, 653 and 21. So let's get those dimensions. Move over here. Well, actually, first we need to copy that object. Move over here, paste it, type in 653, tab 21, tab. And that should be in the exact same spot. So we'll close this. We'll double click on this and change it to go to a different layout, our form. And then we'll get our text tool and change the wording. And that should be all we need. Let's try it out and go to browse mode. And let's see how it works. We'll hit Form View, List View. So the navigation works great, but if you watch when we're going back and forth, the button shifts. When we get over to List View, it's a little bit farther over to the right. That's because of this little area here. When we go to Form View, you'll see that there's no record indicator on the left here. That's 3 pixels, so we need to move it over. So we'll go into Layout mode, click on it, and we could use the inspector, but it's much easier to just hit the arrow keys 1, 2, 3, and that should do it. Let's try it now, and see now it doesn't jump around. That's much more professional looking, much better on the eyes. Just makes sense. Always have your navigation in the same spot, and it'll just make it really nice to look at and much more professional.